They're working? All right.
Hello.
Oh, well, hi, Tina. How are you?
Doing great. And I apologize. I'm out of school right now. I'm presenting all day, so you'll hear the bell. The kids will be out in just a few minutes, but then they'll be back in their classroom. So doing great. Talking about sustainability today.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. I think that's great. Well, I'm here in my office in DC, and I'm hopefully going to go home today, so I'm excited about that. Yeah. But I want to thank you. I mean, I hear such great things of all the work you're doing for sustainability, not only schools, but all out here in the Southland. Here they come.
Oh, yeah, here they come. I am so sorry.
No, no, listen to that energy. I love that. Listen to
Yes.
that energy. I love that. I am.
So,
I'm very excited myself because my my daughter went off to college, my our youngest one, and she's coming home in a few weeks.
oh,
And
excellent.
she's very loud. She fills the house, you
Oh,
know,
wow.
with everything. And really, it's been lonely without her. You know, my wife and I say it's lonely without the little one. And she's coming home and gonna make all sorts of noise, and we just can't wait.
Yes, no, kids are wonderful. That's for
That-
sure. They're
they really are. They're the best. They're the best. Well, that's great. Well, I want to thank you again because I've heard so many things about you. You've been working on this for quite some time now, huh?
Yeah, well,
Sustainability, climate
correct.
change.
I started at the Living Coast Discovery Center 32 and a half years ago, where I retired from, and that's the
Right.
zoo aquarium here on San Diego Bay.
Uh-huh.
And
You're in the
from
work.
there, yeah, from there I also became a sustainability commissioner and then chair for the city of Chula Vista, which really enlightened me on we need to do more in our community. And though I loved the Living Coast Discovery Center, the information that we were getting out, the education that we were getting out, our coastal resources and our environment, with SB 1383, I realized that that information absolutely needs to get out, and it's something that everyone in our communities can participate by not throwing their food waste in the trash.
Right.
And that's a huge impact. 34% of California, California methane, or methane in California, is created by the food waste in our landfill.
Landfills, yeah. Right. No,
So,
I'm familiar with that. And no,
yeah.
you're absolutely right. I mean, and there's things that we could do, obviously, and that's what's important, and that's why you're doing that. It's interesting. I've been very involved the last few years, sadly, but I've been very involved the last few years in world hunger. And the reason for that is we have about 3 million people that starve every year. And they
Yes.
starve to death, and that's the way it is. And a lot of the people, unfortunately, we can't reach them because they're in conflict areas or up in the mountains. You know, we can't get food to them through the World Food Program and other international organizations. But the last few years have been particularly bad because of COVID-19, because of conflict, and especially climate change. You know, we've had drought in some areas that creates famine, but we've had too much rain in other places that have
Right.
created floods. And so people have been dislocated. And so if we hadn't done something last year, instead of having 3 million people die of starvation, we would have had 35 million. 35 million. They were marching to starvation. And so we were able to double the amount of money that we give, the United States did, into the World Food Program. And we embarrassed the rest of the world to double what they were giving. And so we were able to do something about it. And again, it's food, as you
Excellent.
know, but it's sustainability. It's all tied
Yes.
together. It's all
Yeah,
tied
there's all
together.
tied together. In fact, here I started a program last year in the schools because I realized after my first year of the communities and composting over 50,000 pounds of food waste just from our local communities and compost hubs throughout Chula Vista and the South Bay. I realized that we need to start working with our students because they're our future. And so we created South Bay Sustainable Communities, Youth for Sustainable Future, with working with some of the science teachers for Sweetwater Union District.
Yeah.
And now we are in going into 9 schools, and we have composted just this school year for 22 to 23, rescue almost 20,000 pounds of edible food that was rescued from those oranges, those apples, those cranberries that the kids are made to take. They normally would turn around, throw it right in the trash can. Now they're going to our station. They're putting it in our station, sorting everything out, and that is going back to the community. We take it home, we wash it every night. I'm doing about 400 pounds last night, and then we redistribute it. Today it went out to Chula Vista's Community Collaborative, which is feeding over 600 homeless families that have school-age kids. Wow. So that food is getting back out to the community, and as I said, we're at this school year, 22 to 23. It's not even the end of the school year yet, at 20,000 pounds of rescued food that went back to the community. So it's huge. And sorting everything. We're sorting the partially eaten apples, oranges, things like that too. That's going to the school site's compost bin. But I never realized how much food waste is happening in our own schools. Yeah, it's mind-boggling. And teaching the kids today, they're seeing the impact that these foods are making in the community. So these students is one of our new schools. You can see we did a pollinator garden. We worked with Caltrans for Clean California. Oh, the sign went down. Roxana, can you put it up? We worked with Clean California. They had their 10-day campaign, and they came out and we worked with them to create this beautiful pollinator garden. Everything's starting to bloom now. When this is grown up, when all the plants, native plants here are grown, the kids are going to be sitting around here with all the butterflies, all the hummingbirds and the bees and all the native pollinators on these beautiful native plants here. So it's teaching, so it's teaching them about really what our environment is so precious. The earth we live in is so precious that we need to take actions because no one else is going to save it. Yeah. Now, just out of curiosity, do you know Vince Hall? Vince Hall. So Vince Hall is an interesting guy. He's a really smart guy. He works. It's not for the food program. It's not for the food bank, but he takes food from places like, well, it's not him, but his organization, like Starbucks and Yum Yum and all these different places. And like the food bank won't take that. The regular food bank won't take that because it's already been, but it's processed. Yeah. But he does. Their group does. They're up in. He now is in Washington because he's at the national program. But what they do is they take that food, and they do in fact put it back out there for people to have. And I think that's great. I mean, I don't see an issue with, okay, you have some food that was at sandwich that didn't sell that day, and the next day, sell it. Why? It's still good. It's still good. Why are you throwing it away? And they're doing this at a very large scale. There's a billionaire heiress up in Carlsbad that has spent millions of dollars doing this, and she hired Vince Hall, and Vince Hall is a real smart guy and did a really great job. But since he did such a great job, they pulled him here to Washington, so he's not now here. And I'll give you his. I'll make sure you get all the information. But you should call him up, use my name, because I think you'd be fascinated to see what they do. Very similar to what you were saying. They don't compost. They get the food back out there to poor people, people that need it. But very similarly. Well, we want to thank you. We want to congratulate you. You are our constituent of the month. You are doing something that's changing lives, changing the world. We couldn't be more proud of you, and couldn't be more proud of everything that you've done and the people that you've served. And again, you're our constituent of the month. Thank you. Well, thank you, Congressman Vargas. I am very honored, and I love you. You're amazing, Congressman, and I've followed you for how many years has it been now? Oh my gosh, so many years, and I appreciate all the amazing work you're doing. Well, thank you. So we have obviously a proclamation that we're going to give you, but what we're also going to do is, this is interesting. When the United States was founded, they decided, the founding people, that we should have a history of the United States that was kept in a formal way. So we have something called the Congressional Record. And so whenever something important happens, or we think is noteworthy, we put it in the Congressional Record. When a bill is passed, we put it in the something bad happens, a big flood, goes in the Congressional Record. Something really bad happens, an assassination,
It goes, something really good happens to you, it goes in the congressional record.
Goes in.
I think the work that you've done, and you should go on the congressional record. You'll become part of the history of the United States, the official history, and we'll give it to you, and it'll give it to you in plaque form, and well, in a not plaque, what is it called,
Frame?
frame, and you'll be part of the official record of the United States.
What an honor. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine seeing what that looks like. It's
pretty cool.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And again, I appreciate all the work you're doing, and we can help. I'll make sure that you get Vince Hall's information. And I think you'd be fascinated to talk to him. He's a great guy, very good friend of mine. I've known him forever.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to meeting you in person someday, I hope. And Vince Hall, I would be honored to talk to him too, and pick his mind to see how else we can improve and really work with our community, because it's so important that we are all here on this earth, and we only have one earth, as you know, and we are all a community that we all work together. So
that's right. We have to be good stewards. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
I'll look forward to meeting you in person.
Looking forward to meeting you. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.